Right. What's up, everybody? Chasing Sleep. Hello, Edwin. What's going on? Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Forgot it was Sunday. I was like doing other stuff, and the next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be live. What's going on? Conzi, what's going on? Hi, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Hope everybody is having a great weekend. I think we have a holiday tomorrow, but I thought also too that with the holiday that this wouldn't be happening. Right? It's tomorrow? Yeah, President's. Like I said, I didn't think I'd be on. Or I didn't think we'd be having any price movements today. That's part of the reason why I also like didn't come onto the stream at the right time, but fine. Like 45 minutes late. It's not like silver dropped by like 2. Gold is 50.19. Let's go. Yeah, we like this more, don't we? Let's go by minute. Oh, that's by month. Hang on. In. A hell of a drop, though. Look at that. Penny's new closed, yeah. I mean, the prices are still moving, though. Plus, it's every Sunday we go live anyway, so I probably should just keep it consistent regardless of what happens. Because half the time, I mean, this is just sit back and watch and hang out type of session anyway, so. Starts at 65. Need to zoom in. Here's gold. Trying to remember what everybody was saying last week, because I think a lot of you guys were expecting the prices to keep going up, but they've been going down. Silver Solutions, what's up, man? The gap down at open was insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, look at that. It got up. Oh, that's gold. I mean, we can still look at gold. It went up to like 50, 53, and then just bottomed all the way down to 50.10. But yeah, I mean, if you guys remember last week, I said prices were they look like they're going lower, and it seems to be holding true. Silver is down 0.3%. Let's put up a poll, shall we? Let's find out. Probably do this. Alright, here we go. Everyone start voting. Let us know what you think. Which direction will gold and silver head this week? Have a little sneak peek of what's happening, so no bias confirmation, please. Silver got screwed last Thursday, down 10% in 30 minutes. Didn't they put a margin requirement on or something? What caused that whole thing? Or was that like some... I thought I saw something that JP Morgan like sold a bunch of stuff off. I don't remember what I saw. I should know this stuff, but I don't remember it. I thought I remember they put a margin requirement on, but I could be wrong. When was last Thursday? That was the 5th. Yeah, they did put a oh, no, they didn't. Oh, yeah, they did. I don't know if that's what caused it, but... I feel like if we break high enough, like 84 close on Friday, we'll be up and likely based. Yeah, I mean, there's so many factors at play. It's like almost, I mean, it's impossible to tell where it's gonna go. I only said it was gonna go down based off of how it was trending over the last few weeks. Some story about Russia and the US dollar. Was it China doing something with Treasury? There's so much stuff. I can't even keep up with it. Really can't. I got too much stuff going on in my personal life. I can barely keep up with this stuff. There's like, it seems like every day there's a new thing. The margin requirement, there's selling that happened when no one else is trading. Super volume caused the dip. God. I mean, it's still heading downwards right now. What the GSR is doing. Yeah, that's a terrible graph. We're not looking at that. Never mind. GSR's at 65. That's all we're going to look at over here. But what's interesting too, like if we look at this here, we can block off. Like if you look at where silver was at, it just absolutely just destroyed any prior year's trend, and now we're starting to see some normalcy a little bit. It looks like we're still sitting positive actually, but if you look at like these lines on the previous years, we're kind of getting back smack down in the middle of it again. Let's see what has to happen with that. Gold, I think gold is actually still doing better than it was this time last year in the last 5 years. I think 5 years? Is it 5 years? 2021? Yeah, in the last 5 years, gold has done better at this time of the year than any other place. Performance-wise, so pretty neat stuff. Silver expectation this week, 60. Let's see where we are right now. We're at 75. Oh, it's going down a little. Okay, okay, hang on, guys. Wait a minute. Pretty big. It's a pretty steep drop right there. Number of ounces is not going down though. Nope, it's not. Sloppy Thumb says I sold all my gold and silver Friday to hopefully buy it all back. Silver this week. Big dip, please. I bought all silver at 28 and gold at like 3K. I'm still holding on to my stuff. I'm not selling. I'm waiting for the next 2 weeks. I have extra money coming in. Other side gigs and stuff. The next week or two, they'll all hit the bank, and depending on where this GSR ends up, I might buy some more gold or buy some. Get the dollar index. That's a good point. Dashing for dollar indexes has been going up. Silver Solution says, I've got calls at 81. It would be nice to get above it long enough to close in. Oh, when was the last time we were at 81? Oh, when it dropped. That insane drop. We had a huge drop, sporadicness drop. Like, I just don't. Let me zoom out. Let's go day by day. Real quick. I think this is the last line that I drew. I don't think that this is a range. It might be. No, not quite yet. It could still be going downward. I don't know. Usually when this happens, it goes down before it sits for a bit, but let me see. Really? Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's gonna keep going down for a bit. I'm not optimistic on the direction and how that's moving and how it's trending. Biden says took out a loan at 120, I'll never recover. Yeah, we know you're screwed, buddy. Here's for selling silver and gold. Heard on some other channel that they keep the price around 75. The major shorts wouldn't be able to fill the physical order you have to pay for. Look at this at the minute level. Let me switch this over to here. I don't know if I don't know. Where to put nah, it's not. It's gotta be. It's a straight dip from here. If you look at it like that point, then it technically could go sideways actually. Oh, I don't know. Let's say that if that confirms it, then this is where it's gonna. If it gets below, I guess if it gets below 74.60. Around 77.40, then it could go on one of. I don't know. Well, we can keep that up actually. Oh, range sequence going. Let's see if we sit here for a bit. Oh, gold. Let's look at... This gold is kind of the same thing, right? From here to this. Yeah, that could confirm it. Would be the high. That would be the low. Gold's actually taking a bit of a hit there. I'm low-key excited though that the GSR is going up because as nice as it's been buying gold, I'm actually kind of ready to buy some silver again. I haven't bought any silver, I don't think, since August. August, September-ish? I've just been buying gold. So I'd be kind of excited to see what's silver doing. Is filling up. I'm more curious about gold because it's playing around here a little bit, and that's a little interesting. I don't know if it's a satire or not. Oh shit! What was that? Sorry for the language, but that drop was insane. Yeah, well, there's your possible confirmed downtrend now. What's silver doing? That was a heck of a drop. That was literally like a... That was like a $15 drop in like a split second. I think gold's gonna keep going lower here. Watch it just skyrocket up. Gold's doing that. Let's see what silver's doing. Silver, oh. Silver's still playing around in this little middle spot here. It's a good week if gold just holds 5k. Is it wrong to cheer for a drop? No, look, a lot of people out here like to trade. They like to set whatever things in place for themselves to make money, calls and puts and whatever like that. But you know what? I hold the physical stuff, and I want this to go down because I want to buy more of it. Like, I get excited when gold and silver prices tank. I love it. That was an interesting drop. Now it's starting to come back a little bit. We'll see if it, like, wants to get pulled back down or not. Sounds sick though, doesn't it? Like, the value of your stash goes down, but then you get to add we're a bunch of sickos in the head. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I understand it. It sucks when the value of it goes down. Like, I can understand that, but I mean, I just view it differently. I view it as in, like, hey, I can get more ounces. Because when the next bull market hits, like, it's just gonna you're gonna look like a genius, and then it just it ebb and flows that way, and it's just, you know, life, I guess. All I can do is until the system changes. Hopefully, gold silver will be high at the time. Sell it. I'm just keeping it as a hedge in the event hyperinflation hold, because then you'll be, because then the amount of ounce, because then it's just gonna you're gonna be a very, very good. I mean, this is like a very long play type of move, so like I'm not even like really worried about the next 5 years. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get to hyperinflation, but it's 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, or not even in my lifetime, then at least I was prepared for it. I'd rather be prepared with the event not happening than be unprepared for the event that does happen. So plus it's just a hobby too. Like, yeah, I mean, it's also a little bit of an investment, but it's also a hobby. I'm having fun with it. And not an if. Yeah, I agree. I mean, no country who does money printing like this has ever escaped the whatever you want to call it, the black hole, the death spiral, the fiat system. Like, it's always going to happen. It's just a matter of whether or not we're going to experience it. Having the precious metals is going to allow you to not be in a crappy spot when that all goes down. That's why I buy it. Outside of the hobby reason, that's why I buy it. Gold's kind of just sitting there. Let's go check out silver, see what silver's. Coin in your pocket or a wheelbarrow full of paper. Exactly. That coin in your pocket will be able to get you out of some situations. Let the poll go for maybe 8 more minutes. See what people are thinking. Direction. Gold and silver. Trust in any institution is at all-time lows and for reasons. I mean, it's just, you know, people just don't. The writing on the wall is so clear. You can just look at the wall, it's literally written there. But a lot of people just don't want to turn around and face the ugly music. Like, this is gonna happen at some point. Part of it's an education thing. I mean, like, it's not something that you just understand, like, kind of naturally. You have to kind of come across it in some way and actually learn about how it actually affects you more than the stuff in the details of it. I don't know if that makes sense. I worry as well about the entities who manipulate the system, which I'm not aware. Done. So unfair. Just purchase gold last October for the. Drop? I'm talking. Wait, hold on. I don't know specifically what you're asking about, because I was referencing the US dollar dropping and collapsing. Gold and silver being the thing that's gonna save you, but I wish this would have like an actual line. The line is better for the. Take a look at how this is gonna shape up maybe. So it spiked up, went sideways, actually came back down a bit. It's kind of. Let's see here. This was that. Kind of this would have confirmed a downtrend, or that would have broke it. That's the gap. Okay. I'm just looking at that just to try to understand that a little bit better. All right, let's zoom back in on gold and see what it's doing. What are my feelings about platinum and palladium? I mean, not really. I don't know if I would stack it. I wouldn't not buy it, but I don't know. I'm just maybe just a little biased to gold and silver a little bit heavier, but I mean platinum and palladium they're like mainly industrial, so it's kind of like at that point you just got to understand how the industry works and what its needs are, and then that will be relevant. Because I view it in the angle of what's like a precious metal. Because gold and silver has been money forever. Platinum was attempted once before, I think, in Russia, like a long time ago. It just didn't work. Platinum has never been like the precious metal. I understand it's a little more rare than gold, I believe, but I view it in the angle of precious metals, not in the angle of speculative industrial investment. Now, as a hobbyist, it could be fun. I mean, I know there's coins and stuff, so you could have it in that sense, which I wouldn't really disagree with. I think a lot of people, not most people, probably want to make a profit, so they view it as a speculative thing. That's just my opinion. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Internet issues and late again? I was late. I was late to the stream. My own stream. Because I forgot it was Sunday. Palladium has more industrial value as a catalyst. But I also just don't understand that type of stuff, so I only stick with what I know. What I know is gold and silver. $15 times more rare than gold. Which is funny because you'd think it would be it'd have more usage, but right, the modem was setting up when I got a notification on my phone. Yeah, I was outside doing yard work and then I was like, oh, I should probably go live. Gold's taking a bit of a drop here. Let's see what it's gonna do. I'm also extremely tired, so if I'm not as chatty as I normally am, I apologize. I'm just trying to stay awake. So tired. I did not sleep well the past few nights. A lot of stuff has happened in the last 2 weeks too, so I'm just like, my brain's fried. to what I know. Yep, that's what I do. I mean, I'll dabble in some things, but I won't really make an investment choice unless I understand it. Like, I probably researched. Actually, it really didn't take much to convince me, honestly. It didn't really take much for me to get convinced that gold and silver was the right move to purchase in setting that we're in right now with the fiat system and everything and what they're doing. It actually only took maybe like a few weeks of like going down the rabbit hole to actually like understand it. But it's interesting how quickly it made sense to me. But like platinum and palladium, I still have yet to understand it. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna stick with what I know. That's the best thing to do in any situation. Some people are more in tune with platinum than I ever will be, and that's fine. Alright. So let's end the poll here. Looks like most of you guys, not most, well, yeah, most of you guys are expecting a downward trend. Gold and silver. A third of you guys think it's going to be upwards, and a quarter of you is going to think it's flat. So it's going to be majority consensus is either going to be a downward, more so a flat. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. About platinum, either groundbreaking. Or yeah, I mean, I just also don't really pay attention too much about it. And say that's my fault, and I'm sure it is a little bit, but it's not an interest of mine. I'm more concerned about gold and silver. I mean, that's like all I ever talk about on this channel, so I mean... Silver. Just kind of being a little boring. I want to see some price movements. I want to see like a fat drop like this, or a fat spike and an increase. I want to see some craziness. We haven't really had a live stream where it's just absolutely just tanked, or it's just taken off. I haven't seen that yet on a live stream. Where am I located? Do you have a decent LCS near you? Yes, I do. I'm in Texas, so oddly enough. I'm in Texas, so yeah, my local coin shop, they're pretty fair. But I get most, I mean, well, I don't want to say most. I typically like when it so what I've learned, at least is what's happened lately. This might be just like a recency bias thing. When it comes to gold, I pretty much buy online because my local coin shop right now is just having. I've never been able to like get what I want sometimes, and so it's kind of hard to find the same thing, or it's kind of hard to get gold sometimes, especially if I want something specific. Because like for example, when I went to trade in my silver, they had like a couple American Eagles, the gold ones, which is what I wanted. And then I went in literally less than 24 hours and they were all completely gone. The only ones he had left was a pre-33 gold and like a couple other little random foreign ones that I wasn't really interested in. And so like my options were so limited. Like the tray they had of gold was like, there was not much to pick from. So online I will buy gold right now, but silver I typically go in to the LCS for that. But that might change. Maybe if things kind of calm down a little bit and things go a little back to normal, maybe it'll be a little easier, but that's how I've been running it right now, at least. How do you find a good LCS? I would say if you have to, like, if you look at the online prices, compare what they're offering to that, and that'll tell you kind of whether or not you're getting a good deal or not. Because in my opinion, I think local coin shops should be better than the online ones, at least from what I've seen. Like the good, like in my experience, the good coin shops have better pricing than the ones that are online. Not to bash the ones that are online, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're trying to find a good LCS, like typically their prices like are going to be a little bit lower than what you would get online. And I think the most important thing is you just got to be able to walk in and feel as if like you're not getting ripped off. But like for example, here's a little fun story. So when I was kind of vetting a couple coin shops in my area, and I had one kind of in mind that I kind of was ranking at the top, and I had a friend of mine go in who knew nothing about precious metals. This is like back at last April. We went in when silver was still like 30 something an ounce, and I went with him, and I had him ask a couple questions that I kind of knew that they were kind of what do you call it? Like they were kind of setup questions, because I wanted to see like what they would offer. For example, like one of the questions was, I've never bought silver before, what should I start with? If they were going to start giving him into like some numismatic stuff, that would have been a red flag for me. So, they steered him to the generics, and he also, when we got in line and it was our turn, he was like, "Hey, you want to hold this 100-ounce bar? Have you ever did that before?" And he's like, "No, I haven't." And so we all got to hold a 100-ounce bar, and they was just showing, like, he just made it seem very like, he tried to make it fun for everybody, and he was very knowledgeable, and I've gone in a couple times since then, and so they're just good, and so you got to have that like trust to it too. So I mean, I think the prices have to be competitive. You gotta make it feel like you're not getting ripped off, and if you want to preload some questions with a friend just to see what they say, go ahead. That's just what I did. I was vetting them out, and they did fantastic. So I've been going to them now ever since, and I don't really want to change that, but fractional gold each month. My normal go-to is bullion exchanges. Monument metal. Yeah, I love monument metal. That's where I've been buying a lot of my stuff lately. Travel several counties over to find a decent one if you have plenty. should consider yourself spoiled. True. I think there's two, and it's so funny because the two coin shops are literally right next to each other. Like I don't understand how any one of them can be in business. like I don't. It's so funny. Like I'm picturing it in my head. There's a coin shop the one that I go to, literally behind that building. It's kind of one of those like square, like those little like U-shaped connected buildings. Literally on the back side of that is literally another coin shop. I'm like, why? But one's like a pure coin shop, the other one's like a jewel store / coin shop. So different clienteles, I guess. Let's call around coin shops first. Yeah, especially if you have to live. That's a good thing to do too. Like if you call around and see what they say, what they're offering. That's how you can kind of figure out what the pricing is going to be. Like use a site like if you look at a lot of the dealers like SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Monument Metals, Atmex, you can kind of get a rough idea of what the prices are going to be, and then just start calling some of your LCSs in the area and see what they're offering for. Just pull up tabs on your computer, like an Eagle or a generic Buffalo, and just see what they're offering and compare that. It should be, in my opinion, it should be lower than all of them. Like for example, Monument Metals is usually the cheapest one, and my LCS has their prices cheaper than Monument Metals. So, that's just one thing to do. I think you should, especially if you're vetting out coin shops. So you should do that. Even when you go in to look, I always look at what online. Like usually I look at Monument Metals and I see what they're selling, and then I'll just go in and look and see, because they could just be out of nowhere. They could just change the prices on you, and the next thing you know, like, you could have got it cheaper online. So it's just good to keep prices in the back of your head when you go in, so you don't so you know when to walk away if you know there's a bad deal coming up. That's just how I've done it. But if you find a good LCS, I don't think you really have to worry about that too much. Exchanges are the best prices online. 5 years. Pretty cool. Hold on. It was, oh yeah, Bullion Exchanges. Bullion Exchanges actually liked one of my shorts. They actually commented on it. Oddly enough. Got a great LCS that buys 5 back, but sells sovereign a spot. Yeah, like, you just gotta, like, it really comes down to, I think ultimately trust is the biggest thing. Prices are just what you're gonna pay for, but like the trust, you gotta trust your dealer no matter what. Like, prices are irrelevant to some degree, because you gotta trust your LCS more than almost any. If you don't trust them, then, like, if you don't feel like you can go in there and you feel, you don't have like buyer's remorse or anything like that, then I think it's just a very important thing that you should have. Because then eventually, like for example, my LCS that I go to when I was buying silver, because I've gone in plenty of times, like they kind of know who I am now. When I went in one time, I only had like $250 with me, and I think I was like $4 or $5 short of that next ounce, and he just gave it to me. So, it's little things like that like once you start building a relationship with them, they're gonna just start giving you small deals like that on the side, or because they know you. It's like with anything. Gold's coming back down again. It's testing below this line, or it's testing that. What do we know about conspiracies in my coin shop? I mean, the one I go to is like, it's like a mix of like a jewelry store, kind of. So, like, there's like this little tiny corner in the back. They sell precious metals. But they're cool people. The owner's really nice. Maybe if we get to some like high subscriber level, like 20,000 or something, I can start asking for like, we can start doing interviews with some little bit of notoriety. Oh my god, how do you say that word? Notoriety? Influence? Because it'd be cool to have an interview with them. I really think you guys would like them. At this point, we have to requires a total grip on the market. Ever fall? I don't know. I mean, I'm betting that it will, but I hope it doesn't. But I'm betting it will. I'm betting for both. Like, I'm betting that it will fail, and I'm betting that it won't. Eventually, I'll be right in one of the directions. If we brought this to the Wix, that would change it a little bit. Let's move it to the Wix because that tends to be a little more accurate. Surprised only 1% roughly of the population stack. Is that right? I thought it'd be a little higher than that. I can't remember what I heard it from. I remember hearing something crazy like if there was like if you own even just like a couple ounces of silver, you're like in the top like 1% of the world or crazy thing like that. I don't know if that's, I don't know the exact numbers, I'm just kind of making it up in my head right now, but I remember hearing something crazy like that once. Like, that's insane. And it's like a really low number of ounces of silver. I guess technically, hold on, I'm cherry picking this range right now. No wait, no, am I cherry picking this range? No, I don't think I am, because this would have been the top right here. Would have been the bottom. No, I'm not cherry. Silver, what's sitting there bouncing around? It's not really doing much. Gold's the one that's actually playing some games with our head right now. Recent report that the average Indian household holds 20 ounces of silver, which is insane to me. They're like starving like 20 years ago. Average US family has like 5 ounces. Now, is that in precious metals like stacking, or is that like in jewelry? Or a combination of both? Because I wonder like... stupid 10th ounce. Ugh. Don't have it. Any fine silver? Interesting. Give me. Silver's been a little boring. It's just sitting sideways. Gold is the one, like, toying with us. It keeps going down and then back up. Silver well above their 200 moving day average. Where are they placed in their respective asset performance? Gold is still number 1, of course. That'll never change. Silver is at number 3. Almost at number 2. Again. CME group. So they're expecting rates to stay the same. Be the overall consensus again. At 160. Wait, hold on. 163 people watching right now. Oh, sorry, 166 people watching, 39 likes. Pico. Your prices are doing. Get out of here. I mean, it's all the same stuff anyway. Interested to know how gold and silver spread and prevailed even in areas with silver deposits. I would not have any knowledge on that. I found that my expertise is just like helping new people get started. That's really all I know. Like you're in a piano lounge? Yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be relaxing. What's up, Booth? How you doing? We just got home from work. Welcome in. We're just doing the usual, sitting here chatting away. Why are the metals going up for the same reasons they went up in 19... Because of nations. I would maybe disagree with that. I think 1980, especially with silver, I think 1980 was just because of the Hunt Brothers stuff, and then there was FOMO. Like, FOMO was kind of like a secondary element. Like, everything else happens first, and then FOMO happens. So, like, 1980s was Hunt Brothers stuff, and then 2011 was, like, post-financial crisis and QE beginning to take off. And then they just kept, and I think there was also a lot of, like, what was it? 2011 also had a lot of unrestricted, like, margin requirements too, I think. I think people were just, like, flipping, I don't know. There was, like, I forget what they were doing. They were manipulating the hell out of it back then. But now, I think this one is, you have from 2020 on is what really pushed it. I mean, you have excessive inflation. I forget what all the reasons were. It was excessive inflation. You have hyperinflation fears. You have global instability, like we've never probably have. Well, I don't want to say like we haven't seen it, but like that, and with the solar and just all the solar computers and green energy stuff that's been kind of getting pushed over the last 10 years or so, that has really kind of propped everything up. But that's just what my thoughts are. Like 1980 and 2011 were kind of manipulated. This one's just very natural. Plus, gold's only going up because the dollar's getting crappier. Like we're getting a bit dip happy. Chinese New Year. Yep. Trump bombs, metals will rocket up. Yeah. And plus, I think, I mean, they also classified silver as a strategic precious or strategic metal. So, I mean, there's so many more things that are just putting gold and silver in like a great light. I mean, you have also the lowering of interest rate happen, like just such a headwind for, or such a tailwind, gold and silver. I mean, the only reason why silver gold really took a hit is because all the margin requirements they've been smacking on them for the last like week after week. Can you imagine if they didn't do that? What's up, Vegas Stacker? How you doing? Good evening. Welcome in. This gold kind of coming back here. Hold on, what's going on here, guys? This, it's going up. Silver doing the same. Silver's kind of going up again. I just want to see some ridiculous volatility. That light bug. We're at 187 viewers, 65 likes. When everything fails, go back to base. 1,000 years is about as basic as you can get. I mean, that's part of it. Always worked in the past. It works. And would you like people who are very interested in like crypto and Bitcoin? They think that's gonna. I mean, would you rather? Would you really put your bets on something that's gonna work that's been around for 20 years versus something that's been around for thousands of years? Saying. Internet gets cut off. I mean, you guys gotta remember too, like as part of the reason why I don't even invest in crypto is because, or even like any digital asset too sometimes, because I mean, if you guys are familiar with the Carrington event, like if that was just like 100 years later, could you imagine? Like what if the internet goes out? Then what? Not because of like country issues, but because of space issues. The sun. Like people don't really. No, there's just there's benefits and negatives to each thing, but you know. Got started. You got. Fuck, I'm so tired. Got late start stacking. Got a late start stack. I'm old and young folks stay motivated to keep stacking, cost averaging. Well, I started stacking almost 5 years ago. Crazy. I do wish I was a little more consistent though. Like I was not. I say 5 years, but I have not been consistent. Like I have not been consistently buying over 5 years. Exactly what Chris said. Important thing is that you started. That is exactly it. Long as you start, doing better than most. Coming back up here. Bit of a boost again. What's up, Baby Shark? How you doing? Welcome in. %, 10% mine. I mean, I guess like in theory it would be good to diversify, but I just don't know. About 5 years, not very consistent. I've been terrible. I mean, I've also sold my stack like a couple years ago, so I will never do that again. I will never make a stupid financial decision to put myself in that predicament ever again. So I will never sell my precious metals. See silver drop Thursday to 74. I did. I was at work. I remember. Wait, no, I wasn't. Was I at work? Was I working? I think I was. I can't remember. I was working. I remember looking at my phone being like, holy crap. Be consistent. Buying some constitutional silver recently. Nice, let's go. Yeah, I think if the GSR goes back up to 70, I'm going to restart my silver purchases, but if it stays where it's at, I'm going to buy just a little more gold. I'm going to buy another 10th ounce probably. Probably buy it online again. Just because going to my LCS for gold sometimes is a little hit or miss. Although I did get a 10th ounce from them last time, but that was before everything kind of went crazy. But there's also, I don't know. I don't know if anyone else is like has this problem. I mean, it's mainly my problem. But like, I like to buy the year. I like to buy my gold and silver in the year that I'm in. So like I don't want to buy like I don't like going to the LCS and then getting like a earlier date coin because I don't know why. Like it's fun to like in my mind to buy something from the year that I'm in and look back and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember buying that in that year. I remember that like this was happening when I bought this." Like I don't know. To me it's this is how I view it. It's a little just stubbornness, I guess. I don't know. It's like an kicking it up a notch this year. Yeah, no, I'm definitely kicking up. I am kicking up my investment notching, or whatever you want to call it. I'm notching up my investments a lot this year. I need to be better at that. I have not been that good. Was it wrong for me getting excited when silver dropped? I was hoping for $50 silver so I could pick up more. No, I was hoping for a drop too. I was really excited because the GSR spiked all the way back up. I was like, you weren't here when I said this, Baby Shark, but I was kind of like, you know what? I actually want to buy more silver again. Kind of feeling that silver itch. I've been buying a lot of gold lately. That ready to pick up some silver again. But just gotta wait for that GSR to going up. Also depends on how each individual sees the geopolitical future. It's true. Is copper still $6 a pound? Spot price. Per pound, $5.83. Random says silver won't get to 50. My gold pieces with current year date. I like the memory it causes. For example, my full American Gold Eagle and Buffalo from Civic Work bonuses. First piece 21 was quarter American. Yeah. That's just how I feel about it. Like I like buying the gold coins in the year that, like for example, I have a half-ounce gold coin that I bought in December of 2025, and now I have a 10th-ounce Eagle in 2026 that I bought in January. So February, which is whenever my whatever you call it, whenever my last side work money comes in, which should be realistically going into next week, or at the end, sorry, the beginning of the following week. So on the 23rd, I should get the last bit of money that I'm gonna allocate towards that. And wherever the GSR lands in about 2 weeks' time, or in about a week's time, where we're gonna depend on what I buy. Still looking like gold, but the direction how this is moving, it could be silver. And she was asking, how much should the deep stack portion one's holding be? Should shallow stack be? Or should he trade back and forth? I mean, that's really just all depending on you, I guess. Like, I don't have a specific limit. I just try to accumulate as much as I can. And that's it. I trade what I feel like trading. If I feel, I mean, it's really, honestly, it's just like it's kind of a feeling. Like, if I feel like I got too much, then I probably have too much. I don't know, this is how I view it. But hold on, gold's Gold's freaking out, man. What's going on over here? Rooting for it all to crash. Gold's kind of going down. What's silver doing? Silver is coming back down too a little bit. 2,000 gold and $20 silver again. That'd be amazing. Take me back to 2020. Without the COVID. Bought 7 eagles, $4 over spot. 4 gold, that's I'm buying what I can afford. Nice. George Stewart, what's going on, man? Hello from Denver. My old stomping grounds for like a few years. I miss Colorado. I'm doing too. Gold is fractional. I like fractional gold because I can sell part of it instead of the full ounce. Yeah, I you know it's funny because I used to be kind of against fractional gold, but now I kind of like it. Everybody thinks that gold will retest 4,000 and silver will retest 60 by March. Booth thinks silver's going to hit 125 to 150, gold's going to hit 6,200, 500 by the end of the year. It looks like it's just stuck in a range right now. It's just trading sideways. But it's like very volatile sideways motions. Anna Stacker, how you doing? Love listening to your music while reading charts and surfing around. Very relaxed. Yep, that's the point. Goal here. It's just, you know, it's Sunday. Like we're all, oh, hold on, gold's going up. We're just sitting here chilling out. I got a candle going. I got my sweet tea on the side. Like we're just chilling here, having a good time, man. That's all I was trying to do. Watch charts, talk about gold and silver. Compress on Sunday. Gold is fractional, added up to 2.5 ounces this year. Nice, let's go, Booth. Last year? Got more than I do. Baby Shark thinks the highest you'll see this year is 85 to 90 silver. Into the max. Yep, we do this every Sunday. Here we watch the pre-market open and just kind of add it up and see all the chaos that unfolds. What I gotta do though, I gotta update the silver. I gotta move top of the wicks here. Gotta move to the wicks. Better indicate where. Silver looks to be more on the upside than gold. Booth is feeding his inner child with a chocolate dip ice cream. To see what happens in the short term with prices when new Fed chair takes over. Yeah, I mean, I guess from what I've heard, he's not like not going to be very open to cutting rates. He's going to be more against it. He's going to be more, I guess, to increase the rates. So that would possibly be a negative for gold and silver, but it would also be a positive for picking up more precious metals. But we'll wait and see. But again, guys, we all know this. It's all about dollar cost averaging. Stinging says, my first ever purchase of precious metals was in 2025. One gold buffalo. Very nice. I don't think I'll ever sell it. Yeah, please don't sell it. Keep it forever. I take it from me. When I first got started, I ended up selling everything because I made a stupid financial decision, and I hate the fact that I don't have it anymore. Don't do what I did. Keep it forever. Heft Up says it fed his inner child today by riding his son's razor scooter down the big hill. I had to work, so there was no inner child things going on. It was inner adulting. Been a lot of chaos at work lately, so I've been working a lot of hours, but it's okay. It's been a pretty rough 2 weeks. Life. A lot of like up and down, up and down, up and down. Seems like we're gonna be going sideways for a bit here. Silver seems to be more keen to go into the upside. Silver looks like it could go higher, while gold looks like it could go lower. Never really know. One thing you've learned from stacking. It's on your up this year. Oh, what's the one thing I learned? I mean, so much. That's a very good question. I mean, I think the only thing I probably learned was how the fiat currency system operates and how it's destined to be a failure. But when it comes to stacking as like maybe like a hobby type of thing, what I don't know, there's just so much. There's so many things. I mean, I really think that if there's any takeaway I have from precious metal stacking is that it's a long-term thing, but I definitely learned that this is the thing that is going to win when the dollar dies. That's what I've learned the most out of this stuff, is understanding why I got into this in the first place. you know, the premiums and the type of coins and whatever, like, all that stuff is like they're their own category. But the thing I've learned is that this is the stuff like that people, there's no counterparty risk. It's the top sought after asset class in the world, and it's just in a fiat system. Like, I've really learned how money actually works. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I've learned the most. That's a very hard question to answer. It was a good one. I like that. But the one coin that's on my radar, I mean, I don't have like a specific one that I really, really want. I just want to accumulate weight. But at least right now, the 90% silver is something I'm targeting. If and when I buy silver soon. Otherwise, I've just been wanting to get a lot of gold. Let's go sipping on my couch, looking out the window at the snow on a bright day, sipping hot apple cider. That sounds amazing. I'm in Texas and it's hot. I literally was doing yard work today to scout my lawn, get that thing ready for the 2026 lawn care season. It says he's learned that stacking is given better discipline. Crosswalk's asking if we're just chilling or will there be commentary and info first time on the channel. Well, welcome in, man. We're just kind of... We do this once a week. This is just the chill out, have fun. We all talk to each other about precious metals. I'll answer questions. I just want to engage with the chat and kind of like just watch the price movements, usually on the pre-market opens, just to see how things are moving. But it's really just to kind of sit here, hang out, chat with everybody. Told my sister she needs to get gold and silver. Nah, but buys $1,000 purses. Some people you can't help. That's very true. Some people you can't help. Like, I told my parents to get into precious metals back in, like, when I first started, back in 2020, 2021. And look where the prices are at now. They're, like, kicking themselves because they didn't listen. But even, like, friends of mine, I try to tell them about it. They're like, I don't want that. I want Bitcoin. Like, okay. See, we got a... See, what are we at right now? We have 183 viewers, 98 likes. Right. Booth just wants to increase the stack more this year. I agree. Hard work I'm doing is shoveling snow. I miss the snow. Things people buy lose value as soon as they buy it. Yep. Stinking says, it's definitely waking me up to take control of my finances, pay bills, not waste money on dumb things, save it for metals. Yep, that's what I do. I pretty much put everything into precious metals. Not everything. I have a system of how I split my finances. You're also in Texas though? Nice. Dallas Fort Worth? Heck yeah. Refiners are backed up and not paying good on junk silver. Why are people hellbent on buying 90%? Because of the premiums. At least for me, the premiums on 90% are still under spot for some places. They just want to get rid of it. Because when the prices have dropped the way they have, I just made a video on this actually, because the prices dropped so much, the premiums have held up, and getting anything close to spot right now, if you don't have a good dealer or if you don't have access to a good pricing, 90% is your best bet right now. Because I'm sure the local coin shops want to get rid of them, and if the refiners aren't taking them, it's just a way to pick up something for cheap because no one wants it right now, so you may as well pick it up. Hope your weeds die. Less mowing. Yeah, I mean, my pre-emergent's still working. We just had a lot of rain kick in, so I gotta let the ground dry up before I put the stuff down. I gotta wait another day at least. I'm trying to get my lawn into a golf course type of level. Like it's close. It's very close. Difference between a micro and a mini. F-Up says, I have no friends that are stackers. It's unfortunate. Only. Well, you guys, you have us. We're always here every Sunday, so we can always... we are the friends that people need here. Stacking community. Smart thing only becomes trendy when it's too late. Yeah. Unfortunately, that'll be hyperinflation. Everybody really wants it. Please like the stream, yeah, guys. Please like the stream. We got 197 people watching, 105 likes right now. Markets in the USA open tomorrow for President's Day? I don't think so. I think they're closed. Which is why I thought this wouldn't be moving today, because of the holiday. It looks like we're kind of coming back on a rebound here. Son started stacking, he created a monster. No, you created a good monster, redeemed. Mark says, well, he says he's from Manchester, mining and royalty stocks. When markets are open. I don't know what markets are open right now. I don't think they're open today for the US. Tomorrow. Usually they're closed on a holiday, on a federal holiday. Can I show the silver charts? Go to the silver. Boom. It looks like we're almost about to hit positive territory. Thoughts on Texas accepting gold and silver as form of payments next year? Hey, look, if someone wants to pay me in gold and silver, I will gladly take it, but I will not pay someone else in gold and silver because, number one, I don't want to lose it. Number two, I just don't think it's going to work long term, because if we were talking about it earlier, like if 1% of the population is into this stuff, how the hell are we going to get 99% of the people involved with that type of like market setup? Like, it's just not going to work. But I will gladly take I will even before Texas announced it, I would if someone offered to pay me in gold or silver, I would absolutely accept it. Irregardless. Texas will be getting gold backs. I will buy a Texas gold back. I will buy a Texas gold back. Just for the fun of it. Which site are we using? This is TradingView. It's their desktop version. I think it'd be a fun thing to like give as a gift too. I wouldn't stack. And now we're dropping again. Gold's dropping a little bit, silver's dropping a little bit. They're just playing around in this range right now. Like I think goldbacks in general, they're very cool. Like the artistry behind it is very phenomenal. But would I stack it? No. I don't know. Cool and crazy overpriced. I mean, it's just one of those things you just buy for fun. That's just how I would be. Actually about to break even here. Fun. Fun. See if silver can go positive. Alright, I'm responding to somebody's message real quick. Oh, silver's positive. Okay, how about that? It was for a second. At least it was officially for a second. There it is. Now it's positive. I was responding to the message when it went up. But will it continue to go upwards though? I don't know. We're gonna have to see what let's see. Is anybody like oh, I don't see anybody online right now. Don't see anybody who's live. I was gonna see if we could raid somebody, but no one that I see that is on right now that's worth going to. It's all a bunch of like, I don't know. We'll wait a bit longer, I guess. We'll do a live stream together, bring some gold and silver over, we can have that as a background. Yeah, we'll have to, I would love to start collabing with some people. That'd be fun to do one day. I need to build like a whole studio though. Start a podcast? Fuck. Just completed a tube of mercury dimes. Need to finish Benjamin 13 short. Would like some barber $50 to finish a tube at the high right now. Well, I think like one more time, but I don't think anyone's live right now. Let's see. See, I don't see anything, so I mean, just leave it for now. I guess no raid tonight. How's the dog doing? So unfortunately 2 weeks ago he passed away. That's why it's been a rough 2 weeks. But he essentially had, I forget what it was called, but essentially it was like a red blood cell type of cancer, and there's no way there's nothing I could have done. He started, I don't want to get into the specifics, but you know, it's just there's nothing I could have done. I couldn't have prevented it. It's one of those like silent things, but unfortunately that happened about literally 2 weeks ago. Starting tomorrow, 2 weeks ago tomorrow happened, so it sucks, but what can you do? He was 10 years old. It's just crazy how it happened, because that same morning everything was fine, and he was doing the same things he always did, and then 2 hours later he's gone. Like, it's crazy. Like, it was unexpected, but it sucks. It's never gonna get, I mean, it'll get better. It's not gonna be the same. Like, it's the silence. The silence is terrible. I hate it, but you gotta put, life has to continue, I guess, but yeah, I don't want to end the stream on a sad note, but I appreciate everybody, the condolences and everything, but they are definitely like your unofficial offspring, so it's not easy. I'm still waiting on his ashes to come in. I think they're going to be here this week, so we'll find out eventually. But otherwise, I don't see anybody else who's live right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just end it. 'Cause I'm tired. I need to eat something. I've been up since like 5 a.m. today. I'm just ready to crash out. So I think we're just gonna end the live here today. I don't see anyone that we can go into, so thank you guys for hanging out today. Silver and gold. Bit of but a whole bunch of a nothing burger going on today. Just a little sideways motion, kind of staying flat. Had some crazy drops and rises, but pretty much staying the same. So other than that, we'll leave it here. We'll see you guys next week on the next live stream on Sunday, like we always do. Hopefully we get some crazier, more volatility. Otherwise, keep stacking, guys. Take care. I'll see you guys all next week.